Hi, my name is Tara Garrity. I am the founder of Hey Girl You Can, and I'm excited to today you're going to get to learn from Debra Wood. Now, she was our guest speaker at one of our online networking events. This is the type of people that you get exposed to when you join us at these events. But Debra's been a very active member of the Hey Girl You Can community. Oh gosh, all the way from the beginning back in our clubhouse days. So many of you may remember her from there. And she's had entrepreneurship in her blood for 35 years. And I think it's very important when you're learning from someone that you're learning from somebody who's walked the walk. They don't just talk the talk. So she's had lots of different hats on. She's an entrepreneur, but she's also a wife and a mom. She's been called everything from the cheerleader to the bossy one to Miss Sunshine. She recently got a new title, which is Go Go. She just had her first grandbaby. But I do want to share with you some of the businesses that she's had because she has built multiple six-figure businesses. Frog Street Press, which was an early childhood curriculum, Paper Sack Promotions, Teams of Tomorrow, which was actually a franchise for early childhood basketball, which I think is kind of cool. And now what she's really working in is the arena of coaching and training and speaking. And so she teaches on all sorts of different topics from marketing to sales, lead generation, how to fill your pipeline. She even teaches cold calling. But she really believes that at any point in your life, there's always a possibility to try something new. And if you know Debra, she's always trying to contribute, to add value, to find that mutual collaboration. And she really does embody the idea that love what you do and you will never work again in your life. So I'm excited for you to hear from her, learn from her, grab some notes, and be ready to be loud.
And go. Good morning. Good morning. How are you ladies this morning? I'm glad. Tara and I did meet back on Clubhouse, and we're like, how many years ago was that? It's kind of interesting when we really think about that, but it really goes to show the power of what I'm going to talk about today. I come from the very beginning, a teacher world. People laugh, even in the airport, they're like, were you a teacher? I'm like, there's just something about your voice. Again, when you are teacher, you say, this is what we need to get done today. Sometimes people call me the bossy one. I'm like, no, let's think about another word than that. But I really do think about, I was a teacher too. I loved it. I totally forgot about Clubhouse. I get you, Sarah, on that. But as we dive in today, I always call my ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. I was a kindergarten teacher, and it started there at a very basic level. And as I started, we collaborated, 3, 4 kindergarten teachers, and developed a series of curriculum. And that's where we talk about our ABCs and 1, 2, 3. So I always go back to those days because I don't know about you, but right now in scrolling world, in everything that's going on in the online space, you think, okay, if I can just learn one more thing, if I can just gather one more thing, I know that's going to be one of the missing pieces to what, getting to the aha moment of where we are in business. But I'm all about going back to the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s because in my business and the people I coach, when we can get back down to the very simplest of level, when we can get back down to our roots, I like to call it, the grassroots of getting started and start taking next steps and actions there, that's where I like to say the magic happens. And so this morning, I want to talk about the 3 C's that I talk about day in, and day out. It's clarity, courage, and confidence. And when you think about those words, we're like, okay, Debra, that's big picture, but clarity, courage, and confidence. And so oftentimes it may happen to you as well. I think I'm crystal clear about where I'm going. I think I've got it. The picture is there. But when I dial it back down to really the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, I think about, has my sky gotten a little cloudy? Am I sure about where I'm going? And I like to use the analogy of when we're going on a trip. I know Tara's in New Jersey. I'm in Texas. I think Alex is up north too. I've met you before. I can't remember. But when we talk about, Tara, I'm coming to see you today. And we want to get crystal clear about where you're going. I am like crystal clear. I'm going to Tara. She's in New Jersey. I know I'm in Dallas. It's north some way, right? But if I don't get dialed into exactly how I'm going to get there, I could really go from Dallas to California up through Montana and come across to New Jersey. Does that work? Absolutely, it'll work. I better plan for a few more days or buy a couple more plane tickets. But when I get laser focused about how I'm going to get to Tara, not only am I going to go to the Northeast, but I'm going to take a plane and it's going to take me this many hours. When I get dialed in on that message and the path that I'm going to take, is it the only path? No. Is it the right path? Who knows? Probably for me on that given day. But I just encourage everyone to get crystal clear for this moment, for this day, for this month, whenever we're goal setting about how you're going to go and how you're going to get there. When we talk about getting crystal clear, I also like to use the analogy of you can't steer a parked car. So if I'm not flying to Tara to go see her in New Jersey, I can think about going in the car. But I've got to start taking that action, right? I can all day long say I'm going to drive, Tara, and it's going to take me, I don't know, 36 hours. I didn't Google that before I got on this morning. But if I never get in the car, if I never push the button or put the key in, if I never put the gear shift down, if I never take my foot off the brake, if I don't start steering toward that crystal clear vision, then where are we going to go? We're going to be stuck in that parked car. And so oftentimes that's the way we take it in our business, right? You think you know where you're going. I'm going to get there. I should be doing this. I'm thinking about doing this. But when we dial it in and get crystal clear about I'm driving and I'm going to leave on this date, she can expect me on this date, things get easier. That's when I like to say the magic absolutely happens. But getting crystal clear about things is only one of the C's that I like to dive into, because the next C is really about courage. And I don't know about you, but starting a business, you've got to have a healthy dose of courage. If you're an entrepreneur day in, day out, you got to have the healthy dose of courage. And I like to say there's a big, goes back and forth. You can Google it all day long on which comes first. Does the courage come first, or does the confidence come first? Do I have to have enough confidence or enough courage to take the step on whatever it is I'm accomplishing that day? And I personally vote on the side of I got to have courage. I've got to have courage to take that first step on whatever it is, whether it's going to visit Tara, or whether it's a new product that I'm producing, or it's a book I'm writing, or it's a podcast I'm starting, or it's a sales and marketing campaign that I've got to really step outside my comfort zone in. I've got to have the courage to take the first step. So first I get to get crystal clear, clarity. Second is really having that courage. So oftentimes, I don't know about you, but that inner circle is where I'm a solo entrepreneur now. I'm by myself. I had business partners at the very beginning, and I don't know where you are, but if you're a solo entrepreneur, I'm just going to tell you from my experience, it can be challenging on certain days. It can be very challenging. Your head voice can really get you as you're sitting and something's not going. As you send an email that wasn't supposed to go until next Tuesday. That's my deal this morning. And so you can get real wrapped up in that mindset of, do I have enough what it takes? And so I look to an inner circle. I look to those closest 5 people around me. And then I look to strengthen that inner voice to be able to have the confidence to take the next step. Entrepreneurship is all about the journeys of taking step after step after step. You think about if we'd all stayed on Clubhouse and not ventured out, if Tara had said Clubhouse is the only place I'm going to meet, then would her business look today like it does? It does today. She had the courage to say, I'm gonna continue with that, but I'm gonna also take this step, take this step, take this step. So first clarity, and then that's the courage that we've got to have next. Last but not least, we've got to have the confidence. The confidence to have the mindset to keep showing up. I alluded to that just a little bit. And as we have that confidence to keep showing up on every single day for every single moment, then I have something simple that I like to do with my and it's very, very simple. I call it, I used a pink pen this morning. I call it a 3x3. I call it a 9 box. And on every day, every week, when I'm setting those goals, I really take a piece of paper and think about, okay, what's my 3x3 this week? What's my 9 box? What are my goals across the top? I'm a big believer in digital strategies and in-person strategies. And so those are the goals. Those are strategies I use for my business. And I write those things down in the box. Now people say, Debra, do you really do that? And I say, I really do that. I don't overcomplicate it. I make it very simple, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I can't complete the 9 boxes, if I can't be crystal clear about where I'm going and then have the courage and confidence to fill in the blanks, where am I going to get? And the bonus I said, as I'm finishing up today, the bonus when you get the 3 C's like dialed in harmony for where you want to go, it creates connections. Sales and Marketing 101. It's my jam. It's what I do. I've got connections from way back to connections I started today. But when you dial into your sales and marketing campaign, when you really take the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, those connections that you make, yeah, we could go on for days, couldn't I? On that, I feel my pipeline. I nurture those people. I get to know those people. And again, in the world of entrepreneurship, if you don't have your ABCs and 1, 2, 3 dials into sales, it gets tough. So with that being said, Tara, I hope the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, I hope you've got the clarity today. You've got the courage to take the next step, whatever that is. Whoever's listening today, there's a next step in your world. And then you've got the confidence to create those connections to build your business to the next level. So Tara, thank you for having me today. Thank you for allowing me to be a part. I appreciate it so very much. Oh, you're muted.
Thank you so much, Debra. Okay, we'll close this out.